name is Varun, and today I want to share the learning strategy that made the biggest difference for me this quarter, and that is the distributed practice, also known as the spacing effect. I'll walk you through what it is, the research behind why it works, how I have applied it in my own studies, the results I saw, and how I'd adapt it to fit different types of students. What is the distributed practice? The distributed practice is a strategy where you study in shorter sessions over several days instead of cramming everything all at once. And this strategy works because the brain remembers information better when you revisit it after a delay. And it creates what researchers call a desirable difficulty, which means that learning feels harder at first but leads to stronger understanding later. Research in our class strongly supports this strategy. Borg and Borg explains that spacing forces your brain to work harder to retrieve the information, which strengthens memory. Borg, Dunlowski, and Cornell found that students often believe cramming is effective, even though spacing produces much better long-term learning. Pillegard and Meyer showed that when learning is spaced out, students understand and remember more because they activate retrieval more often. So spacing helps both comprehension and memory. I've applied distributed practice by breaking my assignments into smaller sessions across a week. And for example, instead of reading a whole chapter in one sitting, I read for about 20 to 30 minutes and returned to it later. And I've spaced out my C++ work, so I did a few activities each day rather than all on the night before it was due. And for notes, I reviewed them every couple of days instead of only before quizzes. And the spacing made revisiting difficult parts feel much easier. How did it help? The spacing really helped me, and my comprehension improved because I wasn't trying to understand everything at once. And I remembered more during quizzes without having to cram the night before. And I noticed I didn't waste time relearning things that I forgot. It also reduced my stress because my studying felt more organized and predictable. And overall, it made learning feel less overwhelming. And I would adapt this strategy depending on the subject or the student. And for reading heavy classes, students can break chapters into smaller chunks and spread them out. And for STEM classes, spacing can be paired with mixed practice problems. And for students who tend to procrastinate, combining spacing with reinforcement, like small rewards after each session, can really help keep motivation up. And since multitasking reduces memory, spacing works even better when distractors are removed. And these are my main research articles I used to support the strategy. Thank you.